Hi, friends. I'm Katie.
And I'm Lauren. And welcome to Okay, But Did You Know? A podcast where we talk about the TV and media that we love with a friend who's never seen it before.
Today we're recapping and chatting about Bob's Burgers, Season 10, Episode 11, Drumforgiven, and Episode 12, A Fish Called Tina. As always, we start off with our synopsis. So here's Episode 11, Drumforgiven. Gene has been frequenting the Ocean Avenue High Five Emporium recently and drags his sisters along with him. He's obsessed with a drum machine the store has in stock, to the dismay of the shop owner. Gene is told he isn't allowed to touch the instruments anymore and is asked to leave. Louise is very angry the shop owner hurt her brother and insists she will get her revenge. She recruits her schoolmates for her revenge, even though Gene doesn't want to do anything to the shop owner. The kids infiltrate the shop and all play instruments loudly, annoying the owner. Gene shows up mid-revenge, and the owner makes a new rule that no one under 14 can demo instruments anymore. Louise still insists on torturing the owner, no matter how much Gene begs her not to. Louise plans a glitter bomb for the shop owner while Gene tries to come up with a plan to win him back. Gene enters the store just after the glitter bomb is dropped off, and Louise rushes to save him from it. Gene challenges the owner to a drum machine battle, and if he wins, he gets to come in and play on it as much as he wants. He stands up for himself to Louise, and she agrees to chill out, and even though he loses, the owner allows him to come back once a month. Meanwhile, Teddy stops by Bob's Burgers and announces he won't be around for a while due to a job he's working. Only the job is at Jimmy Pesto's across the street. Teddy feels guilty and starts an argument with Bob. Linda insists Bob apologizes to Teddy even though he thinks the fight is ridiculous. Bob and Teddy make up and everything goes back to normal. What did you get
Something I said flustered you, darling.
Oh, God damn it. See, no one else knows, but Laura's been fucking with me for like the past 20 minutes.
The opening was right there. I really could not.
Oh my God. Just
right
tell me
there.
what you got for the vacant storefront.
The bloom is off the nose, wart removal.
A play on the phrase, the boom is off the rose.
Okay, then.
And then we have the pest control truck.
Flea Willy Pest Control.
A play on the Free Willy movie franchise. And you should be very happy with Burgers of the Day.
I am very happy. And again, remember, you have your safe word. I can stop talking like this at any time.
I don't remember the safe word.
It's your safe word, darling.
I forgot it!
It's the one that you normally use.
Oh, that's changed.
Oh, it's changed? Oh, my apologies.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'll explain that one later.
Honestly, at this point,
later.
Even though it has no context for the episode, I'm going to keep talking like this, at least for the first episode, because I think it's just more fun that way. Like, okay. It's like... Well,
I said let's get silly, so here we are.
I've committed to the bit, and I really can't turn it off. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but the Burgers of the Day will be more fun in the accent, I think.
I think so, too. So we have the Gouda Triangle Burger. Yeah, this is better with the accent.
It's so much better. Well, if you think about it, when you did this accent for the one Once Upon a Time episode, like you did that, you haven't done it for the Bobs before, so this is actually kind of entertaining.
No, this is true. The only time that I've done it for the Bobs was I did it for the outro leading into that episode.
Oh.
Because I wanted to fuck with you, because I knew that, because I remember doing that on purpose. I thought it would be hilarious, and I was right.
And as you continue to do that. But the first burger is a reference to the Bermuda Triangle.
You're welcome.
This one's going to be funny. Oh, shit.
Mama said there'd be glaze like this burger. Comes with Worcestershire glaze. Fucking Worcestershire. As you know what? I picked the perfect day to use this accent to fuck with you.
That's a reference to the song Mama Said by the Shirelles? I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. I'm dying over here.
I think we needed this lightheartedness. I think we needed that.
With the state of the world, yes.
Yes, absolutely. We have the last one was the Easy Come Asiago burger.
Easy come, easy go. I literally have like 2 fun facts, and then we get to get into lines, which is just going to make this even funnier for me.
Okay, then.
But the title and script cover is a reference to the 1992 Western drama movie Unforgiven. Okay. I don't know the obsession with Westerns, man.
There's a plethora of ways to pull from those, I guess.
And this is the last episode to premiere before 20th Century Fox, Bob's Burgers parent company, got renamed to 20th Century Studios due to a restructuring at Disney Media Networks. On August 10th, 20th Century Fox Television was renamed 20th Television. Because who doesn't love that?
We love monopolies.
As they continue to grow. Because I think we had an episode, we didn't talk about it on the episode, But I think either some point in recording, I found out and told on the news that they're talking about selling Warner Bros. And just want to cry because Paramount wants to buy them. And can we stop with the monopolies, please?
Apparently not.
I have 8 lines. Wait,
I have 10.
Are you just trying to one-up yourself each week?
No, it's not. It's not on purpose. I think, honestly, I really do think, though, the number of lines I have is indicative of the score, and unfortunately, the more lines I have, the lower the score.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I've noticed. That's what I'm noticing more often than not.
Just funny because it's like, oh, great writing when it comes to that part. Just the episode itself is
pretty much like when I run out of things to write down to talk about, I end up just writing down lines.
Yeah, well.
So here we go. No, I want to help Mom and Dad at the restaurant. Of course, I'm coming.
He's acting weird, huh? Oh, sorry.
It's doing it with the voice is even funnier.
It's so funny. He's acting weird, huh? Yeah, maybe he drank paint by accident again.
He probably had a sexy dream about me, and now he doesn't know how to act.
I'm on the right episode. Yes, I am. Look at you with your fingers in your ears. That's a fun dance.
Come back when you have money and clean hands.
What else could it be? Well, probably the exact thing he said it was. No, a woman knows.
Who's mean to Jean? What do they do to my precious little lamb?
Well, these are soft tacos. They can only get so loud.
Why is nothing ever a lady in red situation?
That was my next one. Now I go to math class, and we better not be doing fractions because those are the devil's numbers.
Well, it said something funny before, I think.
While we don't like Andy and Ollie, I think this is just us. I like sitting. Oh my god, I like waiting. And that's the secret to our marriage.
That's the secret to our marriage. It exactly is. Why do you assume it was Louise? It was you? No, it was Louise.
We're in revenge mode. No hugging, please.
Or do you want him to throw fettuccine at Mort for the rest of our lives? I mean, maybe.
I'm out of lines.
I have one more. We'll call it Wash Your Hands Mondays.
So, I hate the B plot.
Same. The B plot is just Teddy acting strange, which again is him throwing fettuccine on Mort. It's him. I understand it from his perspective of he wants Bob to fight for the friendship because he feels badly about taking the job.
Yeah.
But
Bob doesn't care. It's
so weird talking about this with this accent. That's why I really can't stop. It's so weird. It's like I hear the things that I'm saying and they don't sound right because I've never really said these words with this accent before.
Like hearing you say Mort is so funny right now.
Because I'm also not really doing like the super polished accent that I normally do to throw you off.
Yeah,
I'm kind of doing the more general London accent that doesn't have a whole lot of like enunciation with things, so it's making these things even weirder. But
like a Londoner that's been living in New York for too long.
A little bit like that. But yeah, the B plot is terrible, and somehow it felt like there was more of it than the A plot.
Yeah.
It felt timing wise, they were almost even, if not like more.
I hated
enough.
It. And like I like the lesson that we have with Gene and all that, and like he does do pretty good on that drum machine. I can't deny that. Like some of that was actually good, pretty catchy. But like the shop owner also is just horrible.
Yes, I'll admit, and to be fair, like kids, unless you have a policy, kids are going to come in and play the instruments, and it's like I remember music stores like that. Like when I was a kid, like there's a very distinct smell to those kinds of music stores.
They smell like dust.
They smell like dust and things that need to be cleaned. Mm-hmm. And the carpet always has like that weird texture to it. I
will say, like, I used to play violin, and when opening up like a violin case, that's exactly what it smells like. It smells like the inside of an instrument case on the end, but exactly. Like one that hasn't been opened in a little while. Like that's what it sounds like. That's a very niche smell to know.
No, it is, but that's
the inside of a dusty violin case.
Well, that's why I air out my ukulele when I play it every once in a while. I don't play as often as I used to, but like I play it every once in a while. So it's very distinct. But cause I would also like some of those places do have policies around like playing the things that are
especially on, children,
like, especially unsupervised children is also the issue. So I don't blame him for banning Gene, but also with so much of the A plot was really more not so much the conflict between them and the store owner. It was between Louise and Jean, because Louise wasn't letting him fight his own battle when he said, let me handle this. And I understand from a sisterly perspective, like, she's used to sticking up for him because that's sort of been their
they have that big
dynamic.
It's like they have this dynamic because Louise is so outspoken.
Yeah.
And so headstrong that he doesn't really have to do much when it comes to being a big brother for her because of that. We have seen him before, like, step up and be like, no, I'm your big brother. I'm going to take care of this. Like, you're my little sister, but you're like my big sister with how you act. So, because she is, like, while she is an interesting level of maturity, she definitely has more of a level of maturity than children her age. Because, like, if you look at her compared to some of the other characters, especially Andy and Ollie, like, obviously, but she's mature in a way that's violent. So
she's mature in a way that's violent. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong. So I really enjoy that with her because, like, the glitter bomb is such a good idea. Like,
that was a very good idea.
Glitter bomb the guy. But
glitter is the worst. Glitter is the worst. It gets everywhere and it never goes away. It's the herpes of craft supplies.
Yes, it is. But definitely with, like, I do enjoy, though, Gene trying to stand up for himself and actually figure it out for himself. Like, because we've seen before in other episodes, like the Candy episode, where he was just like, oh my God, like, didn't really want to do the work, but wanted to, like, that was his first step, I think, into trying to do something for himself and stand up and try and get change to happen. This was very much a, like, I love this. I want to keep doing this. I'm gonna figure out how I can keep doing this in any way possible. And he does achieve that. Which was smart. It's nice seeing Gene be able to do that. And I just love Tina sitting in the background the whole time, like, you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, she's the voice of reason, but also she's not effective. She's not doing anything.
She's the whisper of reason.
The whisper of reason, exactly. She's just in the back going, oh, I don't know about this, like, the entire time. That's her whole purpose. Kind of like how Leroy is, like, all his main purpose is to just yell terrible news but not do anything about it. She's the one who's be like, oh, I don't think this is a good plan, but I'm not going to stop you because you're somehow more powerful than me, even though you're 4 years younger.
Look, she still.
But then
does
also
more than
Jimmy
Archie
Jr.
ever did.
Then you also had Jimmy Jr. and Zeke along for the ride, and I'm sure she was just happy to spend time with them.
I mean, and then of course Andy and Ollie just being Andy and Ollie, but, like, not such an annoying point in this one. I feel
no,
like
they
weren't overly annoying. I guess that's all we need. A dash of them is enough.
Exactly. Like I was saying, I guess it was last week, about Gail, and, like, and the fact that she's played by Megan Mullally doesn't hurt. But generally, Gail is a character that if we saw too much of her all at once, she could be very annoying very fast, which we saw a lot more of Andy and Ollie in the beginning of the series. So I'm getting grated by their voices, but also by their characters very quickly and very jaded. Similarly to Teddy, honestly. Like, he in certain episodes he grows on me, not so much in this one. But
no, this is like no thank you on Teddy episode.
This is a please stop for the love of God everything you're doing, especially the throwing a coffee cup full of fettuccine at Mort. It's just weird. But it's one of those things where it's like it depends on how much you were introduced. The first time you saw them, how often you saw them after that. Gail has always been a episode here, episode there kind of thing. So when she comes in, it's refreshing. It's a little bit of it's a little bit of extra chaos on top of the
weirdness.
You know, her and her animal anus paintings. You know, that's one hell of an introduction, I would say.
Yeah.
So, but with Andy and Ollie, just their shtick being the annoying twins for a good chunk of the first few seasons until they finally tape it off, and now you get them an episode here, an episode there. It should have always started that way.
It's turning that into, like, with Mort too, because when's the last time you saw Mort?
We don't see him very often anymore, which is interesting.
It started a little while ago, but we did notice that, like, within the fandom, everybody was picking up on that. They're just like, what's going on with Mort? Some people decided to think it was more of even, like, a storyline thing. Of, like, is Mort mad at the Belchers? Like, people actually had theories of, like, is Mort mad? Is there something going on? It's a lot of Teddy and, like, no Mort. Like, where's Mort? Because Mort's always been there since the beginning.
Was it just a scheduling issue with the actor?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Or he just wasn't really written in the episodes as much. Like, when you use Teddy as much, like you said, they really have done, like, dug deep with the whole thing of, like, Teddy being the fourth child, or, like, you know what I mean. For Linda, it's a fifth child because Bob is Bob.
Bob is Bob.
Not that we should infantilize men, but that tends to be what happens in our media.
I think it's fair to say that Bob occasionally is infantilized. Like, that's just because I say that and to be fair, I'm the first one to say this about most men that I know when they're sick is all men are babies, because the way that they respond to certain things, I'll admit, my experience with illness of any kind is definitely very skewed.
Yeah.
Because chronic illnesses, you get used to just powering through shit all the time. However, the amount of times, like, I understand this, I say this to, like, my mom, and, like, not to the people themselves, like, I understand it's uncomfortable, trust me, I'm well aware. However, suck it up. Like, genuinely, like, the amount of times that I've driven, like, on highway, like, I had, like, when I used to work in an office all the time, like, the amount of times that I drove home over 30 minutes on mostly highway with, like, debilitating stomach issues that, like, as soon as I get home, that turns into something coming out of one end of my body.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, that amount of pain, I almost guarantee you most men in my life could not do that.
No.
But my solution is, I have no other way of getting home. I'm not dealing with this in this office. We're going to suck it up. We're going to just take some Tylenol or some Pepto-Bismol or something, power through it for a half hour, and then hug the toilet for the rest of the night.
Oh, I've done that myself many times. Like, especially, I feel like, too, like, women are just used to having to do that. Every single month, our own bodies attack us. And we have to, like, I don't get to stop being a mom because the period cramps are so bad. I don't get to stop being a mom because I got sick. Like, I have literally had to exist with some of the worst illnesses in my life, like passing out from the fever, and still had to take care of my kids. Like,
well,
we don't get the option.
When I was at the office last month, whenever it was, a couple months ago, I honestly, if I hadn't thrown up, I wouldn't have left.
Oh my goodness!
Like, truthfully, it was the fact of the headache got so bad that I had to, I guess, unfortunately, content warning for vomiting. Too late. Sorry. Like, if that hadn't happened, this is us at this point. People kind of expect that. If it was just the headache, I would have just excused myself to my desk, drank some water, taken some Tylenol, and hoped it would go away. And then maybe if it hadn't gone away by lunch, then maybe I would have done something about it. But if I hadn't thrown up, I wouldn't have left.
See, I feel a headache coming on, and I'm like, do everything I can in my power to keep this from turning into a migraine, because I get migraines so badly. Like, I have to do everything. And then if I don't, hello, dark room. I will be parenting from my bed. I mean, blackout curtains, man. I love my blackout curtains. And my TV is so far away from the bed, too, because it's a full rotation mount, that I can actually turn stuff on, and the brightness doesn't even, like, make it to where it hurts. So I can actually, like, curl up in a dark room. The TV's not too bright. And I watch a lot of horror anyway, so, like, those tend to be a little bit darker.
Yes.
It's so nice. But
this very long tangent of all men are babies.
Essentially. But I think we can both pretty much come to the conclusion this was not our favorite episode.
No, it was not.
Teddy mixed with annoying children and everyone is annoying in this episode.
It was Teddy mixed with it, because again, it was Teddy, but, like, it's functionally the Teddy plot was the B plot. That was not the main point of the episode, and yet it felt like there was more of it. Yeah, that's the problem. So
I almost want to time it, but that means I'd have to watch it again.
Don't do that to yourself. That's too much effort. It's far too much effort that this episode does not deserve. So don't do it.
So what did you rate it?
6s across the board. You got an 18.
I gave plot and personal 6s. I did give character 7, so mine's a 19.
Okay.
But that's only because, like, not all of the character was bad. Like, I appreciate, like, Jean standing out, like, all the things with, like, Jean and everything else. But now we get into a much more episode I think we'll have much more to say about.
I think so too.
And that's episode 12, A Fish Called Tina. Tina is excited to be a big fish at school after her great experience as a little fish. Louise was unlucky to get Tammy as her own big fish. The mentors and mentees start to get to know each other, and Tina is struggling to connect to her little fish, and Tammy and Louise work together to try and get out of the activity and convince Fran to let them go outside to bond. The two slowly start bonding while outside, and Louise helps Tammy take fake vacation location pictures. Kaylee requests for Tina to not be her big fish after she tries a little too hard, and Tina doesn't take it very well. She then loses Rudy as a little fish as well, so she visits her original big fish for advice. She brings Chili from home to reenact a moment with her own past and hopes it will connect the two. Her plan backfires and Louise saves the day, reminding Tina that she will always be her big fish as her sister. Meanwhile, Bob and Linda meet Rick, the new owner of the gym next door. He convinces them to give the gym a try, and they immediately regret it the next morning. They realize they don't ever want to work out again and must do the hardest thing known to man: quit the gym. They go back to the gym and try their hardest to ruin the other patrons' time at the gym until the owner agrees to cancel their membership. And I know I'm not wrong. I had to cancel a freaking bank account before to get out of a gym membership.
They make it impossibly difficult. Also, I've decided just to do this the entire episode, not just the first half.
I love
it's
you.
hard to stop once you get going. Once you get into a groove, it just kind of keeps going. I got stuck in this for like 5 hours at the Renaissance Fair once.
Oh, that's wonderful though. But you're at the Renaissance Fair, so it's fine.
It made sense.
But what did you get for the vacant storefront?
The not so vacant storefront. There was the Pump and Patch Fitness.
Oh, yes, this is a fun episode where we do actually get to be in the store next door. It's great.
Exactly. We get to go inside. It's about as big as I would have expected it to be based on the size of the building.
And we get episodes like that from time to time where you actually get to go inside. And it's really nice. Because, how do you have a store next door that changes every single episode and not use it sometimes? Because the last time we really saw it was the Halloween episode of Teddy decorating.
Yeah. We didn't get to go
inside.
We don't
get to see
just
the inside.
Yeah, we just saw the business still there.
Yeah. But what did you get for the pest control truck?
The rodent less traveled.
That's for the road less traveled. It's not as good, but more burgers of the day.
We did get more burgers, so I have 3.
That's what I have.
Okay. The random Jacks of Chiveness burger with Monterey Jack and chives. I think I wrote that down correctly.
Yes, you did. And that's for random acts of kindness.
Oh, that makes sense. Let's see. We have the if it's yellow, let it portobello burger. It comes with yellow peppers and portobello mushrooms.
I don't like that one. I think it sounds like it'd be yummy, but I don't like the name.
It's too many things. Well, I do think that
one
sounds
for
better.
If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about the bathroom when I'm trying to order my food.
I know. That this is true. Although I do think that burger sounds more appetizing with the accent.
It does.
It makes things better. There we go. We found a purpose for me just tormenting Katie for the fun of it. You're welcome. And the last one again, we're on some kind of pepper kick for some reason. The thin red pepper burger.
And that's just the thin red line. He had a lot of peppers that week, apparently.
Apparently. I guess that's what he got at the farmer's market.
So I already know you know who plays Rick. You should know.
I'm sure I do. I don't remember.
You're going to be mad at yourself.
I'm sure. I was so... I watched these. I did do all of my work before... I think I finished it. I finished everything before the sun went down, which is new for me. However, I was coming off of what happened the day before, which was I got up really early to stand outside in the cold for an hour and a half to go to a book convention and then also go to a friend's potluck. I had 2 social events on Saturday. My brain was not working.
That's fair.
So who played Rick?
Ben Schwartz.
Damn it!
Wait, for everybody else, that's best known as Sonic, but of course our favorite character for him probably is going to be John Ralphio. From Parks and Recreation. Yeah, no, it's John Ralphio. You gotta be so mad at yourself right now. He has the most recognizable voice.
Suspicious. I'm sure if I wasn't tired, I would have figured it. I would have heard that.
And this is also our first appearance of Kaylee Morgenstern, her little fish, and that was voiced by Maya Erskine, who is best known for Ishii Peters in Pen 15.
Okay,
so she's done a lot. She's amazing. The title and script cover reference the 1988 film A Fish Called Wanda. I have no idea what these things are. These movies that they reference, I'm just I have never watched these.
I've heard of a Fish Called Wanda. I've never actually watched it though.
So this is our first appearance of Frond in season 10.
Oh wow.
He has a little bit of a character redesign with shorter, more wavier hair, larger glasses, and with body proportions similar to how he looked in early seasons. So they did a little bit of a redesign on him before they brought him back.
Is Frond having a glow up? Is that what we're seeing?
I don't. Is it a glow down if his body proportions are back to how they were? I don't know. In the first flashback to Tina and Madison, younger versions of Jimmy Jr. and Jocelyn appear. Jocelyn appears in her typical purple shirt with baggy light blue shorts instead of jeans, and her green scrunchie is frillier than the one she currently wears. Jimmy Jr. is wearing his typical outfit, but the front of his hair is pointing downwards rather than up. Tammy and Zeke are, of course, absent, as Tammy's first appearance was as a new student in Bad Tina, and Zeke was strongly implied to have moved around a lot before coming to Wagstaff in broadcast Wagstaff school news. And the song that Rick sings over the end credits was improvised by Ben Schwartz.
Not surprised.
Not surprised.
Not surprised at all. I have 7 lines.
I have 8.
Okay, you go first.
She's quiet. She reads weird books. She's got glasses. You two are nerds of a feather.
I'm pretty busy. I wrote this down wrong. I wrote down buys instead of busy. I'm pretty busy mentoring Ken through the bankruptcy of his streetwear company.
Now I look like this, and I feel like I look like this, and you talk like that. Good for you.
I think Mr. Froad was just hungry when he made this list.
She's a tough nut to crack, but I'm a nutcracker to do it. Maybe pop a mint before you crack that nut.
If God wanted us to listen to audiobooks, she wouldn't have given us eyes to watch TV.
I thought I wrote that one down. Hold on. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, I gotta make sure I don't read that one. I mean, how long do people work out for? Like 9 minutes?
I mean, that was an accurate, representation.
I can't. Okay, I have a comment to that, but I'll wait till we're done with this.
I mean, of people who aren't you, and I also admit that that's not enough time to work out. Like, I'm just saying. For Bob and Linda, 9 minutes is, I think, generous. Time to commit to that tank top life.
It's like labor if babies were coming out of everywhere.
Can we just draw quietly with you breathing less heavily, please?
Look at you two. It's like I'm in a restaurant on a planet 10 times the gravity of Earth.
Let's just give up and live here on the stairs.
Your gym hurt us. Yeah, I might be dying.
Welcome to the caboose kebab. What can I put in your caboose?
I'm out of lines.
As that was also my last one.
Okay, so back to the 9 minutes.
Yes, the 9 minutes. So, I mean, I'm aware. That's not normal, but for people who don't know what the fuck they're doing, going to the gym right next door, absolutely. 9 minutes is, I think, more than generous.
So if you count my cardio and my weightlifting, I work out 5 days a week for an hour and a half to 2 hours a day.
Okay. That's a lot.
Depending on how long I walk and how long my lift takes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you got to include your core. And that adds time.
It does take time.
But on average, average about an hour and a half, because it takes 30 to 45 minutes to do my lift, because you do need rest times between your reps.
Yes, you do.
And then I walk for at least 30 minutes, sometimes longer if I feel like it.
When you care about your physical fitness, it takes time.
Well,
Bob and Linda do not.
Technically, adults are supposed to get like 150 minutes a week to be
sounds about right.
Healthy. So 9 minutes is nowhere near the amount that you need. You need about 150 minutes a week of vigorous or moderate. Well, a moderate intensity workout. Vigorous is like 75 minutes a week. So if you're doing more, you can do it for less time, but you have to pick up the pace.
Exactly.
Get your heart rate up. Look, no one can be mad at me for this. I literally went back to school for kinesiology.
Yes, I'm aware. And I think, honestly, when I'm ready to start like actually working out, I may contract you to write some programs for me.
Oh my God, really?
When I'm trying, once I'm post surgery and like am like told I can do things again,
I will gladly work with you with my limited knowledge.
Yes, and like your limited knowledge and like
I say limited, but I'm obsessed.
I mean, yes, with your knowledge, and I know that obviously you're not going to do anything that's going to hurt me, but also with the knowledge of I only have 25 dumbbells that go up to 25 pounds each.
Okay,
that's all I have.
That's not a bad start.
And a couple of kettlebells.
It's a start. That's what you always have to think about when you're going into things. Look, I can't say much. I literally worked an event with a good friend recently. Like, we're pretty close. Not close, but like we love working together, but we don't get to work together a lot. And it was a lot of fun because they really would like to start working out. And the event we worked was so dead. I helped them build an entire workout plan. To the point I started, like, they were like, oh, you went back to school. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. And then we actually started talking about other stuff and went back to the fitness stuff for a minute, to the point I didn't even give a fuck. I started showing them how to do certain like form and how to do certain things behind my bar. Like, I'm doing like showing people how to do deadlifts.
I'm certain the answer is going to be no, but I'm going to ask this question anyway. Can I ban Bulgarian split squats out of my program that you designed for me?
Depends on your goals.
Okay. That's
And
fine.
if you see, because like with Bulgarian split squats, if I can convince you to at least do a form of a lunge, that'll be enough, I think, to work those muscles.
I would rather do a
Bulgarian
lunge than a
split
Bulgarian
squats
split
are
squat.
harder.
I would much rather do a lunge, personally.
Okay, then we'll do. I mean, there'll be weighted lunges, but
That's fine.
I won't do
Everything gets weighted
Bulgarian.
lunges.
Yeah, guys, just look up Bulgarian split squats to get reference to that. It is a torture move, but I do it every week, sometimes twice a week,
Because we love ourselves.
because I love my ass.
There you go. Yeah, you do.
But I really do love the B plot of this episode. It makes me happy.
No, this was a good B plot, and it was also an appropriately timed B plot in that it was in fact less time than Tina being a terrible big fish. She was trying so hard. And I understand the excitement. Like, I wasn't that, like, my school never did anything that kind of like peer thing, whatever. Like I told you, I did the STARS thing, so we went into the middle school and taught them about HIV and AIDS, but like we did it. It wasn't a one-on-one thing. It was the whole. It was us and the whole class and everything. But like, you really have to read the room.
I love the only thing I ever did like
doing
that was one of the elementary schools I went to, which it was only first and third graders. So it like I didn't go to a new elementary school till fourth grade. So that it was that first. I went to 5 different elementary schools, but the first one, they had a program when first graders were really starting to pick up on learning how to read. They would have the third graders come, and each one had a partner. Like everybody was buddied up, and third graders would help the first graders read. And it was really great because it helped the third graders build on their skill by teaching the first graders. And of course, the first graders were getting lessons, but from somebody who looked like who was smaller and like one-on-one. It was really sweet. It was great. I loved doing it. Keep in mind, I had a fourth grade reading level by it's kindergarten,
but still. Yeah, I feel like the structure and the size of my schools is why we never did much like that, because K1s were in their own buildings. It was only those 2 grades, and then my school structure was there were 2 K1 buildings and then 3 2 through 5s. So they would have had to bus kids to a whole new building for that.
See, I grew up in a small town to the point. I grew up in a very small town to the point. My kindergarten teacher also taught my mother and my uncle kindergarten. No, not kindergarten, but she did teach them.
But
yeah,
again with the STARS thing, that I mostly did the middle school at my age, which was fine. The first year I did this though, because they just didn't know where to put me, because like with the way that everything worked, I just was, I guess, the last person to get put into their program. I was a 10th grader. And I was put in one of the groups that taught the high school program. Luckily, day 1, I wasn't doing the actual condom demonstration. I was doing the one that was more like the history of the AIDS epidemic. But I was a 10th grader. In 12th grade health classes, they'd already done this. My group was all other 12th.
The North is so different.
I don't know.
Y'all had information on the AIDS? Wait a minute. What?
This was in the health class, yeah, because the high school. So it was a weird restructuring year, because generally health was supposed to be 9 and 10, but they changed around certain things. So some people ended up taking like health 2 in different years.
That's not what I'm obsessed with here.
No, I know. But, well, because the point of STARS was at the time, it was students teaching AIDS reduction strategies. That was the acronym. That was what it was. Okay. So we also did a thing on date rape. I think that was also part of our program. It was about like recognizing the signs of someone who was drugged, I think was what we taught them. Because every time I did this, there was always some kind of like play acting aspect to it that I don't entirely remember why. But the point of my story was that I was a 10th grader in a class full of 12th graders teaching them something that they already knew, which is why the second year that I did STARS, I had friends who were in like the board who got to decide things. And so I walked right up to one of them. I went, for the love of God, I don't care where I go, just don't put me in the high school. I told them I would prefer middle school. That's what I would like to do. I was like, but if you love me, you will not subject me to that again. And they put me in 6th grade.
I'm reeling right now, okay? You know, I didn't get anything like that down south. We don't do that here.
The day 1 program, which was mine, that was the AIDS epidemic, and it was the thing on date rape, I believe. And then day 2 was the condom demonstration.
I got showed slideshows and pictures of what STDs look like, was told don't do them, that abstinence is key, and that was it.
In defense of all of this, though, I honestly don't think we were told specifically what to do. I think we decided to do an AIDS epidemic history lesson.
Okay, but still, that's all I got in 7th grade.
I think 7th grade was against marijuana.
But no, again, and then once Dare got really into it too, like, of course, it was like, don't do drugs.
So I'm trying to think.
I literally saw genitals with things on them, and then they sent us to lunch. Yeah, but that's all we got. There were no condoms. It was straight that and abstinence.
Well,
abstinence, like, we didn't even get, like, protection taught to us.
What's really interesting, though, is the way that they trained us to do this was regardless.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Was regardless of what program you taught, everyone got the same training, and then we went off and did our lesson planning for everything. But like our main training event was the entire group of students learning everything. So no matter what you were teaching, we all did the safe sex demonstrations with the different kinds of condoms. We learned about dental dams, we learned about all of that. And that was the group of people teaching things. But like most people weren't using that. Like you don't really start talking about that until the 8th grade programs. There's only 2 groups doing that. Because like 7th grade was for some reason about marijuana. I don't know why. My group was about the beginning of HIV and AIDS and kind of getting them to know about high risk and low risk, no risk behaviors. Then you had 5th grade and kindergarten, and there was mostly about saying no properly, washing your hands, like hygiene and things like that. So like they didn't need most of what we learned, but we learned a lot. I knew a lot about safe sex practices for someone that never used any of it until college. But I know how to turn a condom into a dental dam, so there's always that. I learned that in high school from actual educators.
I learned nothing apparently, because like, can you imagine being where I'm from and like students being like, "Hey, we want to like discuss the AIDS epidemic." Do you have any idea how that would go over?
But like, I really still find it.
Parents would revolt.
They would, but it was the fact of like us as the peer sex educators, we learned about the dental dam thing from the actual educators. We had adults teaching us that.
I want to go back to the gym now.
Let's go. Bob with the battle ropes, though.
Yeah.
He was so excited. And also, endorphins is absolutely the correct term. I will be using nothing else. It's endorphins now.
I think we've all been in their shoes, though, where they woke up the next morning and
the
just
DOMS has set in.
All of that had set in. And I'm just sitting there like, I do this to myself constantly. Like, not to that extent. Like, you have to ease yourself in. You can't just go and do what they did and work every muscle group and be like, cool, I worked out. Like, you really have to ease yourself into it. If not by, like, muscle group, then by intensity. And seeing that, I'm just sitting there giggling because I'm like, I've done that to myself so many times. And all the different times that I've tried to start working out until you find balance. You have to have balance. Without balance, you're fucked. So just knowing that Bob and Linda are just never going to be fit people, it's just so adorable. It's so funny. And then Teddy just trying to also like chime in. I'm like, Teddy, shut up. Shut up, Teddy.
Also, I was wondering, because they signed up for contracts, they naturally had to see how much the thing cost. Boutique gyms are not cheap.
No, a little box gym like that is going to be expensive.
And it's per person. They're not paying any kind of like discount for buying for the 2 of them. So like there's no way that they can afford that membership anyway. And yet they signed up.
Their method, though, of pretty much being just like the kids in the previous episodes, like going into the shop and like creating chaos. I was like, yep. Nope, that makes sense.
We'll be every day stinking up the place, and then they
now we know. Now we know. That's how you quit a gym membership. You go in and you just act out so terribly that they get rid of you.
Exactly.
And then you don't have to worry about canceling your bank account.
No, you threaten them with using your membership.
Exactly. Make your existence such a nuisance that they just go, you're banned.
Exactly. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
I had to beg to cancel a Planet Fitness membership because it was still in the.
You have to beg with them. Jesus Christ.
No, you do, because they make it so difficult. But I think New York State now.
I tried like 4 times to get that canceled and finally did.
I think in New York State they now legally require gyms to let you cancel memberships without going to the gym, because it's getting ridiculous. Because it was still doing. I was canceling it end of 2020. Like they had just they were just about to start charging people again. And I wasn't going, and I called, and then like they asked, like, "Oh, can we ask why you're canceling?" And I was like, "Well, because I'm not going to come back for a very, very long time." They're like, "Oh, what if we pause charging?" It was like, I am immune compromised. It will take years for me to feel comfortable coming back into your gym. Please cancel my membership. that was what did it. Was like, I
Yeah.
will get sick if I set foot on your premises. I don't care how clean it is.
And I think another good way of like to quit a membership as well would be to you tell them you're moving. They have to. If you tell them you're moving out of a certain radius, they don't have a choice but to cancel it for you.
Yeah.
And that's like the easiest way, I think, to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can go be a nuisance, but if you just go lie and be like, I'm
Yeah.
moving to like another state.
They're not
and
going to
y'all
check
don't
that.
they're not going to check that, and you can just have it canceled and never go back. So
Yeah.
I've had to do
But-
that before. I was like,
yeah.
I'm moving. They're like, where? And I'm like, fucking in Idaho. And they're like, oh, so sorry to see you leave. We have branches there. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that right now. I want to get
No, thank
situated
you.
first. And so they're like, okay, we'll get you canceled. So that's the easiest way to do it.
That is a way, yeah. I'll say this with
The
back to
nuisance way is more fun.
The nuisance way is more fun. Back to the big fish, little fish. I did like that a running gag though throughout it was Gene crashing all of their food-based events.
I'm an 8th grader.
Like he was just like he was there for the ice cream, he was there for the
And
pizza.
they didn't care.
No one cared because like there's always going to be enough food anyway. Like they're not getting just enough for like the number of kids they have. I mean, I guess this is Wagstaff; they can do whatever the hell they want. But
yeah.
no,
I think at that point too, so many of the times, especially with Frond, he's like, I've got 2 of the Belchers. The 3rd one's going to show up.
Yeah, he's well aware.
That's how they
And to be
work.
fair, he kind of got rid of one of them because Louise
wanted to go outside.
She wanted to go outside. I was honestly, I saw that. I was like, oh, they are going to be a terrible combination. Oh no, they are in fact the winning combination.
They are. It's because Louise knows how to work with Tammy and how to manipulate her, but then she can't stand when people do things the wrong way or stupidly. So she has to step in and fix it, and that's just Tammy.
And she had an
Because
eye
it turned
for the terrible pitches.
Well, like it turned. Well, that's what killed me though. Is it turned more into Louise mentoring Tammy.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part though is there at the end when she does remind Tina, like, you are a big fish.
Yes,
You're my big fish.
Mm-hmm.
You always will be. And I love Jean jumping in too, but like,
oh yeah,
it was a really good moment of the like sibling bonding again with the 3 of them and her reminding her, like, you already are a big fish and you are one for life. Stop complaining and leave.
exactly.
Go get the chili off of you.
Yeah, it was a good moment for the kids. It really was.
I liked this episode a lot. But what did you rate it?
Yeah. This one, it got 8s for plot and personal. It was entertaining. It was a good mix of the A and the B plot. They're both equally as entertaining. Character got a 7, I think, just for Tina just trying a little too hard. It was hard to watch at times.
Yeah.
And also her multitasking of listening to an audiobook of one thing and reading a different book. As an audiobook narrator, what's really funny though is I really couldn't entirely condone this. So the score was 8 to 23. But what's funny, so I was talking to my mom about when I'm in what I said was when I'm in an active recording cycle, when I'm actively recording an audiobook, it feels like the only books I can listen to or read during that time are nonfiction. And her response was, wait, you listen to a nonfiction audiobook while you narrate something? Like, no, that's I can see how you got there. That's not what I meant.
No,
But so it's really funny. That's what that was. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. That's like when I'm recording something, reading for fun is difficult. Is what I was trying to get across.
Well, that's like me right now. I love reading. I really love reading. I miss reading. I've tried a few audiobooks, but I've been so focused on school. All my extra time is dedicated. Like, okay, what do I need to get done this week?
Mm-hmm.
Which my friend pointed out really well. Like the amount of time that most college students spend in lecture and then on their work, I have to spend all of that time at my desk.
Yes.
Because it takes the same amount of time. So exactly. I live here.
You live here now.
Yeah. I get a break for like a month though in December.
There you go.
Because I think I end December 10th is my last day of class, and it doesn't start back up till January 12th. So
okay.
I get a month to exist.
So to be fair, when this comes out, you'll be on break.
I'll be on break. But I gave plot and character 8s. Like I enjoy so much of this. And like I have to agree, Tina reaching that level of uncomfortability and like to the point of puking because she can't deal with it. I feel that. I've been there before, like when your emotions take over so much, like you can't do anything but puke. Like it can be hard. But personal, I gave 10, so it's a 26.
Okay.
Like I really enjoy this episode. I think more than anything, it really is the gym aspect. Like it
I
makes
think
me
so, too.
laugh. I can't help but love that. I am that person, which
Yep.
I know I say that, but like I lift at home. I don't even
Yes,
like my gym still isn't open.
You're a gym bro without a gym.
I am a gym bro without a gym, but which I have shocked people with that. I think I told
Gymless
someone
gym bro.
over the summer when I was only at about, I think I was at about 40, 45 pounds lost.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really funny for me because I'm standing there and I was like, yep, nope, done it completely at home. And my friend or coworker, she's like, how? I was like, what do you mean? I walk outside, I walk on my treadmill, and I have some dumbbells. So I've been lifting as well. And I actually have built muscle at home with dumbbells. It is possible. And she just couldn't believe it. She's like, there's no way, you have to have a gym. And I'm like, nope, I am proof. At this point in time, I've lost 50 pounds without any use of a gym. It is possible.
You are a gymless gym bro, just like the imaginary soupless soup course. Thank you all for listening. Join us next time when we discuss Once Upon a Time, episode 511, Swan Song. Don't forget to like, rate, and follow the podcast wherever you listen so you can be notified every time we publish a new episode. Follow us at OBDYK_pod on Instagram and Blue Sky. And if you'd like to join our Patreon, you can find the link with more details in our show notes.
This has been an episode of Okay, But Did You Know? A TV and media podcast. It was hosted by Katie and Lauren and edited by Katie.